Bottom of it.
Prostitution, my lawyer beat it like Mike Jack. Spit so much crack, damn they had my mic tapped. I'm on the scoreboard, they say the swamp niggas did it. Got a 40 try and rock niggas with it. Yeah, I was born in the struggle. Look at what's in front of me. Mama was a dope fiend, daddy never wanted me. I'm from the projects, my chances was slim. Killer be killed, blood, I spent my life in the pen. Look what I write with a pen. I'm having fights in the pen. I'm turning writing utensils to a knife in the pen. I'm keeping to myself, I ain't entertaining these niggas. Cause I ain't got a problem shanking these niggas, that's on me. Let's get to it, blood, it's whatever it's gonna be. Sunnydale down below, gang, that's on me. Blood, you niggas better simmer down or be in the pool of blood trying to swim around.
No more to let them know. I done been through some things, had to let it go. And I already know that they ain't really real, I already know. I gotta let it go. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I saw my mama tweaking in the living room. She was barely speaking, you could smell the fumes. All you heard was arguing before you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here in Sac and around the world. This is another episode of Taking It Back Tuesdays.
Yeah.
The guy behind the camel mask is your man Shadow. Y'all see it?
Y'all see it. Yay.
The gentleman to my motherfucking immediate left
Uh-huh.
are legends in the game. I don't know what it is, but on Tuesdays, I bring you nothing but legends.
Talk to him.
And this Tuesday ain't gonna be no different.
Right.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have the group,
Speak the truth to him.
Street Thugs.
Yeah,
Now,
That's what's up. Worldwide mob music.
y'all ain't understanding. Like, y'all just ain't understanding. It's really like
You don't
great
understand.
people that be here. You ain't understanding.
You
Like,
don't understand.
do your homework, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Do your
Because
homework.
I ain't bringing no scribes to you, and like I said, I ain't changing it tonight. So,
Hey.
gentlemen, thank you for showing.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you for appearing. Thank you for being who the fuck you are and doing what you've done in this game. Time and time again,
Hey.
you deserve your flowers today and not when you're gone.
Hey, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for having us, man.
It is
Appreciate
nothing but my honor and my pleasure. So,
You know?
first of all, how was that drive here?
Oh, man. Once you go thug, you never go back to school. Hey, the drive here, shit. I mean, it's pretty easy. My boy Sav, he migrated up here from the immediate bay
Okay.
not too long ago. So
Okay.
so I know he probably used to it. For me, hey, it's essential. We up here to handle business, man. So
Say that there.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Okay,
Where
so,
I am.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
They know.
Hey, I was told it's still part of the yay anyway.
A lot of people, because
Tizzo!
it's crazy, because here, we Sacramento, we Oakland, we Frisco,
Hey,
we got LA.
Bridgetown.
Now, you go anywhere place else on the planet Earth, it's Northern Cali and
Right.
Southern
Southern
Cali.
Cali, right. That's all they know is the Bay in LA.
So once we get our shit together,
It's connected.
oh, we're going to be powerhouse.
Hey, but it is though. This the capital. Everybody know that.
Everybody should know that.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
if you don't, this evening, Street Thugs will let you motherfucking know.
In the building.
So-
What's going on, baby?
How long have y'all been doing this music thing? Let's go ahead and get there.
Hey, shit, you feel like an eternity, man. Sure, you got something to say, Sam? We've been doing it for, well, man, it's a long story, but to make a long story
We got
longer,
time, bro. Go ahead, run
hey,
that.
We got time.
You know what I mean?
That's the great thing about ownership.
Now,
Right? You got your freedom to do what you want to
Say
do.
that.
That's what's up. This thing started, man, a long time ago. Sure, it started with me and Sam. You know what I mean? Back in what, 80, 88, 89.
89.
Before, of course, we coming straight from the Sucker Free before we migrated to the older Connect with the real mob.
Say it.
That was back in 89, 90. So it's been a cool and a long and a good journey. But you want to add something to the story before we get into the aspects of how we really formed the real mob
Yeah.
from
no.
day one?
I mean, like 88, 89. Me and LB right here from the same
Same story,
turf.
baby.
Era
Same
of-
Sucker Free,
era
woo!
of great
Godfather of
music.
the Q.
The era of
You know
great
what it is.
music.
Yeah.
They know what it is.
Now, it's more than just two of y'all.
Right.
Yeah,
How many
absolutely.
total in the group? Y'all like Wu-Tang, y'all got 300 members?
Nah.
This. Let me break down the story. See, because it's a good story.
Go ahead, run
he
that.
gonna tell this
We gotta
story.
move the camera. Go ahead, run that. I'm
But
listening. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, you know what I'm saying? Street Thugs is worldwide now. You know what
Street
I'm talking
Thugs
about?
worldwide.
Man.
Shit, we done birthed the nation.
I
Hey,
don't know how many of it is.
check it out. This is how the story of the Thugz began. Like I said, myself and Sav, we was doing our thing in the scope
Okay.
in 88, 89.
About the same time RBL was making their demo.
I was
Right,
out there
right.
running crazy during that time.
Right.
IBT, we've been thugging. It's a Brown thing. Now we formed this group, IBT, back in
Okay.
'88.
Infamous Brown
Infamous
Terrors.
Brown Terrors. Due to our, was a unique hookup. Through our last names. Our last names was Brown. We had a
Okay.
DJ, that I had went to school with. His name was Dave Brown. So
Whew,
we was like, man,
coincidence.
that can't be a coincidence. So we back in '88, was loving the hip hop. We said, man, it's gonna be it's a Brown thing. You know what I mean? So we started doing our thing, writing, doing our little demos and whatnot. Sav, I don't know how he found Don Parker or how it's this cat named Don Parker that has sophisticated management.
Okay.
I found him at a music seminar in San Mateo where I read that Russell Simmons was gonna be there, KRS-One was gonna be there. It was just like a summit.
Okay.
And they all was on the panel.
Some of the legendary MCs.
And
Yeah.
so we just went up there to see if we can get our demo off.
So we fit in, get in where we fit in. But
The old-fashioned way.
the old-fashioned way, man. I mean, so we've been in the game deep. So we ran into Don Parker. This guy has sophisticated management. Long story shorter, he called this little, I want to say, documentary group meeting in Oakland,
Okay.
down by the lake, and this is where we actually met AMW, which is America's Most Wanted from Oakland. Sean Cole, which is Keisha Cole's brother.
Okay.
Back then, he was what, Gangsta One?
Gangsta One.
I think it was Gangsta One. He was in the group Oaktown Street Thugs with another member. His name was Thugz Zolly. So we did our thing in the documentary, and actually Cameron Casey, the gentleman that shot Ice Cube's video,
Right.
I believe it was a Good Day.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there filming the documentary, so he was connected. We was all, so we was with Cameron from day one.
Okay.
Not to
So
cut you short, one more person. It was about five
Oh.
more groups there.
It's 5 more
But
groups
it was
there.
one more person there in particular.
Oh,
Master P was at the table with us.
Master P
You
was
feel
at the
me?
table with.
Okay.
Silk wasn't there, but C Murder was there, and then we had
He had True by then.
We had-
Okay.
True.
right, and then we had HBK.
That's one of the hot-ass albums came out
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Most of them was great.
Right.
So it was all the Bay thing. Master P was at that time representing Richmond.
Yep.
I had no idea he was from down south, but he was representing Richmond. And then we had another clique out of San Francisco with HPK, High Pay Clan.
Okay. Okay.
That's what they
My
told
boy
us,
J Mac
man.
and them. Shout out to my boy J Mac, Philmo.
J-Mac,
Philmo
right.
in the building. You know what I mean? They know I'm coming, and we coming from Bayview, but it was all love from J Mac. You know what I'm talking about? So from that story, we formed. We did the documentary, and then from there, we met
We was
AMW,
all-
like I said,
We was all gonna be called the Underground.
the Underground. This
Okay.
was Don's plan.
And our Digital Underground had just came out, so I was
Oh.
like, the
How you gonna do that?
Underground? All right, but
Can't do it now.
Master P was in this little clique.
Okay.
Right quick at first, yeah.
Right, so he did his thing, we did our thing, we got up, everybody represented rap for Cameron, we did the documentary. So from there, this is how the Street Thugs formed. Rail, which is the member of AMW. Lil Big, boss man. He actually gave Sav a call and told him that he liked what we spit. It was kind of fly from coming from the city. They never, of course, but no group from the city in San Francisco I wasn't even heard of. Back
Right.
then, that was rival cities.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we was like, we didn't know how to take it or what the deal was. I gotta take that call down later. But so we came out and see what he was talking about. We went to Oakland, and the meeting was about us connecting with the Oaktown Street Thugs,
Okay.
which was Sean and Zolly. So I don't know what transformed between them, but Sean he was solo at the time. So I don't know what Zolly had left. So us coming from the city was like, man, we can't be Oaktown Street Thugs. You know that. We're from San Francisco. We gonna have to, with Street Thugs. Hey, fine. We out there doing our thug thing anyway. We'll drop the Oaktown. So that's how the Street Thugs formed.
And actually, we took part of our name and made it with the Street Thugs, so it was the infamous Street Thugs. And back then, everybody had 3-letter names, so we had to keep it like RBL, IMP,
Yeah.
AMW.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying? Everybody had 3-letter names, so we was like, we're gonna be IST.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't no thugs back. I mean, back then, man, I swear to God, we was getting all kind of shit. Hey, how y'all gonna market that? You know, the street thugs. Oh, this and that. Everybody was crews, cliques. You know, the E40 was popping in below. They had the clique, the crews, this posse, this and that. Wasn't no thugs. So everybody, how y'all gonna market that and this and that? So long story shorter, we go to ham.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, it wasn't no thugs at that time because everybody was on that gangster, like NWA
Gangsters too.
clone.
Gangsters
You feel me?
too. Absolutely.
So before me and him went to Oakland, we was a group, but I was like, that gangster shit, it ain't finna play out, but it's over, it's watered down, it's everybody doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, he was like, nah, we just gonna come with reality rap from Hunter's point of view. I was like, all right, we just gonna be reality.
Hunter's Point.
So we was looking for another lane besides gangster, you feel me?
Okay.
So when Real hit us up, and he actually hit us up to go to a studio session in Fremont that the homeboy, that the Mr. Sin had, and that's Sin from Richmond and his
Criminal industry of niggas.
criminal industry of niggas.
Boy Jonah.
Yeah. So
D-Dub.
they
They
had a
really put
studio
it together.
session.
Them 3 names was everywhere.
Right. So and that was another 3-letter name group. You know what I'm saying? So we go to the studio and Real was like, y'all want to get down with Sean and be street thugs. So we was like, we ain't gonna do the Oaktown thing. So that's how it originally started, as far as that goes. And at the same time, wasn't nobody mobbing either. We came out as the real mob. We was 662 like in '88. This way before Suge.
Way before Death
It's
Row.
way before everybody.
Yeah,
you feel me?
89, 90.
So it wasn't nobody mobbing either. Not they posses wasn't mobs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we came out a gate. We was like,
damn
we
it.
the real mob.
Nigga, what?
I'm glad
And
y'all did that.
that's AMW and them. They started that out of, because the mob was 80 Lil D and them. You know what I'm saying? So they brought it to
that's
the
village.
music.
That's that
You know what I'm
village
saying?
shit,
They
that
brought the
village.
mob to the music. Shit, me and Lamb was like, shit, we at home, man.
Nigga, we at home.
You know
Let's
what
cross
I'm
the
saying?
bridge and get our thug thizzle on. And that's exactly what we did. And took on the streets of the O, like a real G supposed to do.
Now, have y'all always been like independent, or was there any major looks, or did you like, even if the majors was looking, y'all wanted to stay your own?
Early on, it was the thing to get a deal.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
yeah, that's what everybody
That
was
the
looking
thing
for.
to do.
So yeah, we was independent, like you said, and that was the thing. But we were looking for deals. We had priority lined
Warner
up.
Brothers was on the table. They wanted us bad when we probably demo wasn't even good, finished good. You know what I'm
Warner
saying?
Brothers, Scarface.
Okay.
That's Paris label.
Yeah,
Scarface.
Paris. Paris.
label.
And
y'all
much
said
love to
that.
Paris, yeah, much love to Paris, and let's go, love. And he actually did some things with Nutso and my boy Jet Black.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Shout
So
out to Gambino. What's up,
yeah,
mister?
and put some things there, absolutely, and put some things together for them. So it was love from Paris as well. And then we actually just did our thing independent and did it with Snake Pit.
Okay.
Now Snake Pit was a gentleman named Ant Wiggins. He called himself French Braids, and he was Nutso's cousin. I don't know how the family lined up, but he was a cousin. So
We all related.
right.
Right.
So, we figured out, hey, we might roll with this guy. He had Dangerous Dame at the time.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
Dangerous
yeah,
Dame,
yeah, that was a plug. Yeah,
Ooh.
when I grew up on Crusader, my boy Dame used to live across the street, not Dangerous Dame, but my boy, Dame from Crusader used to live across the street. He bought the tape, like, man, y'all heard of this dude? And I was like, man, who was this? So we put it on, and it was Oaktown. I said, what the nigga? And I said, nigga, this nigga go. So you know what I mean?
He
So
introduced me to Dame.
right.
I was
So
like, oh.
Dame was off the hook for me from the beginning. So that's how we did that. And Dame, we figured out Snake Pit had Dame. So hey, all right, fuck it, let's roll with Ant. Shit, he already rolling. He rocking and rolling. We finna roll with Snake Pit. So we signed with Snake Pit. Did a few things.
Let me
I
cut
know you
that
wanna
right
cut me
quick
off
because
quick.
we was getting with Snake Pit. I knew about him, but I had went to jail, so I sat down for a minute.
College.
I went to
we call it.
college.
Yeah,
college.
I went to
Street
college.
There it is.
And
You learn a lot of things in there.
College.
so we was supposed to have the homeboy from the city
JT.
get a record label started because he had
D Street
cash.
Ballers.
He was balling in Oakland. Came from the city, got a block in Oakland, D Street, and he was gonna put us out, and it was home for us because we was like, all right, we finna do this. So I went to jail. By the time I got out of jail, they talking about, hey man, we messing with Snake Pit, Dame over there, woo, woo, woo. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
So we did our thing with the Pit, man, and so we started working with Ant, and he did what he did and got us to where we did our first EP. not to be fucked with. Actually, we did not deep in the game. I don't know if you guys have to be familiar with Bay Area Players compilation.
Yes.
We did
One
deep
of
in
the
the game.
first.
Yeah.
Right. So we put the
The
track
one with
down.
all everybody's name on the
Yeah,
left
right,
side of that motherfucker.
right.
Yep.
So we
I
you know,
promoted that album. Stop playing.
Did you?
Yes,
Oh,
I
man.
did.
So we was blessed to put a track down on that deep in the game. I think it was the first song with side B. Made a little noise in the street, and this group actually that was in our mob that we had 6 Deuce Life. My dudes from down south, from Arkansas. They was writing for Hammer.
Dex and Dre.
Dex and Dre. You know what I mean? Got a shout out to my boys. So they did that thing for MC Hammer. They
Remember when Hammer, everybody was like, man, what Hammer doing trying to be gangster now? Why he going hard?
Right
These
before
cats was
Funky Head
ghostwriting. They was doing the writing for it.
right yeah. So the Funky Head, but right before then, you know,
Still getting his money though.
still getting his money. Still getting his money. So
Hey, and ain't nobody ran up on it.
right. Oh shit. Niggas know the real deal about them high street bank boys.
Right.
Yeah. So you know, Ham. They took our CD up to Ham. You know, Ham. You know, invited us up to the studio in Fremont. We went up there, had a quick meeting with him, and from then the paperwork was signed, and from then it was on.
That was Roll With It Records.
Roll With It. Yeah, he had Roll With It at the time before he turned to Mo Hits, but he was also an artist, and he was still signed to Warner Brothers.
Okay.
So he actually had to finish his album, so he gave us the option to either stay and wait, or you know, go back independent and do our thing.
And he was just finished shooting video for the weekend
Off our EP, absolutely.
He
So
finished
yeah.
shooting video for it.
So much love to Ham, you know what I mean? Oh man.
Man.
I was at
We-
the pumps and the bumps time. We
Yeah.
thought we were gonna be at the
Yeah.
mansion and you know what I'm
yeah,
talking
so,
about.
man, we was
Shit.
doing it live. So you know, from there, you know, we signed to Roll With It, like Sav said, and from there, man, you know, it was great. Shit, from there, he got us to Death Row, like you said, 9-6. 9-6, right after Pac got out, he flew us up to LA to let us know it was real. Gave us that call at the house, and shit, we went up there, inked our name on the contract, and from then it was good times, man, until, of course, that
Wait a
the
minute.
tragedy happened.
Wait a minute. See, I get a lot of artists, a lot of great legends that come on this show, and they play this humble shit. Did you just mention that you flew to LA to meet Death Row and put some ink on paper?
Put some ink on paper, man.
Contract.
Yeah.
Straight up. First group
Yeah.
out the Bay Area to
My
sign the
brother,
Death
and,
Row.
my brother, and
So
yeah, man.
here we go. From now on, this is my little game to y'all. Don't you ever play fucking humble again when you say you with Death Row and sign a
Hey,
contract.
man, hey, I'm as humble
Don't
as
come
can be.
here. Don't come here doing that shit, motherfucker. We with the Death Row. You signed
Where
a
the drink at?
contract,
Where my drink at?
nigga.
You know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm as humble as can be. I thank God. I mean, it was a
But
blessing.
that's a great
You know
thing.
what I mean?
That's- The humble
Hey.
is cool, but motherfucker, I'm giving flowers on my show. So
man.
y'all just first of all,
Appreciate it.
first
Appreciate
Bay
it.
Cats out of to
First
Death
Bay
Row.
Cat. First Bay Cat.
Come on, man.
First Bay Cat.
That's saying
And
something.
we went up there, man. I mean, it, man, you
Shout
know.
out to Max Shine, but he a solo artist.
Yeah,
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 absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
And he signed after us. We was the first
Okay.
group from the Bay.
So I mean, you know, we got up there.
Shit, only
Actually,
group from the Bay.
what
Pretty
Ham?
much.
Yeah.
We first went up there. I think. Well, shit, I think at that time I was in college.
College.
And my boy Sav and Nutso was up there, you know what I mean? So when I got out of college, you know, my first little semester, they was already up there. So, you know, I flew up there, I seen it was real. I think we went to the Luxor. That's the first thing the time I seen Pac was at the Luxor, went to the room, him and Big Sight.
Nice story to
Right
that.
there, yeah. I mean, you know, we went up there, talked about our EP, you know, talked about what's going on, gave him the real story, you know, of exactly how the street thug started before Thug Life and all. It was all love. You know what I mean? We wasn't
They
going,
was-
we
they was
wasn't going up
laughing.
there
Pop
trying to
remember
ourselves.
because he was laughing like, yeah, nigga, I know. Like, I
Right.
took Dramacidal to,
Okay,
to
okay.
I, mean, I got named Dramacidal because that was the phrase in Oakland going around. Everything was sickicidal and so he
Dramacidal.
named him Dramacidal. So he
Right.
took
Right.
Thug Life to Atlanta. Pac used to come to all our, I mean, he been to like 3 of our shows.
Okay.
Way back then when we was doing
Right.
showcases.
Did a show at
and shit.
Jolland
When he
back
was
in
with
the day.
Digital Underground, you know what I'm saying?
And yeah,
So
there was no Thug Life. Wasn't
Yeah.
tatted on his belly, none of
But
that.
after all our shows, and nobody know no lyrics or nothing. You know what I'm talking about? But at the end of the show, the whole crowd rocking with us. You feel me?
Yeah.
Pac
Boy,
seen all that shit. So
Digital
we
Underground.
hollered
yeah.
at him at the Lux, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember y'all niggas. I know."
So, you know,
Alright.
paying homage to the greatest,
Man.
man. He the greatest to ever touch the mic, you know, no doubt. Personified the Thug living. So, you know, definitely gonna give all praise to the Machiavelli, you know what I mean?
There it
But
is.
as long as we got the chance to tell him that, and he knows where it came from.
Yeah,
You know what I
get
mean?
that shit
So,
straight
yeah,
now.
absolutely. And these new tracks, they gonna hear that, man. We got a lot
love
of
you
new
to
stuff
death,
coming.
Pac. Love you to death.
Love you to death.
But goddamn it,
And goddamn, you
Know
make
where
sure
it came
and you know
from.
what I'm talking about. Make sure it's popping when we get up there, nigga. Don't front. You know
you
what
talking
I'm
about
talking
the
about?
greatest concert ever?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like God is gonna be
Man.
God is
You know
gonna be
what
the
I'm saying?
ultimate promoter. He like, you know
Man.
what? I need this one and I need
Man.
that one.
Hey.
We gonna do a little old school
Oh,
comedy.
Man.
This shit go deep, man. I
Tell
mean,
you,
shit.
Club
but-
Jesus is gonna be smacking you
Man,
in the dick.
oh Lord,
Jesus.
you know what I mean? Look, it's great
Club
stories. Man.
Jesus.
It's great stories up there, but we gonna get to the nitty
We
gritty.
here now. So
Absolutely.
y'all been doing this for many moons.
Many
So with the pandemic and everything going on, what made you want to drop this one?
25th year anniversary.
What?
Yep, 25th year anniversary.
God
of the EP.
damn.
So we just came together with the music of the minds, and it was really for one song, really, for me anyway. And it was the mayor of Oakland at the time, Gene Kwan, was doing a Black Lives Matter compilation type thing.
Okay.
So Pound and Nutty was like, "Hey man, she want the Street Thugs on that compilation." Woo woo. First I was like, "Man, I'm through with it, man. Come on, man. I'm being done with
Yeah,
that
man.
like that." So
Yeah,
but I went home,
please,
thought
son.
about it, and I was like, "Bro, you got a platform. If you don't say something, you part of the problem."
Facts.
So we came together.
Facts.
Hey, and songs. We got
Songs
we was like
start coming,
12
man.
songs deep before I looked up. I was like, "Damn."
Damn.
Into a
Brought
new
that
song,
shit
yeah.
back.
Into a new album, yeah. So, and that was like almost about 2 years ago, a little, maybe 2 years. And then we took another little break for a minute. You know what I mean? But nothing never stopped. So, you know, with the, you know, he, with the outlaw representation, he been doing his thing.
Okay,
For,
okay.
you know, since, probably since 2000.
I
Well,
think
before
actually
that.
Nutty put like he made that stuff we was working on at the time like a kind of like an EP too back then. He put something out with those songs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Y'all
Okay.
could go look at it. It's called what is it? Without Us, and Everybody Ain't Strapped. So he actually dropped that on Empire
like a
Distribution.
maxi single
Okay.
So
type
you know what I
thing.
mean? Yeah, they could go look that up. If they want. That's like some tracks we did like 2 years ago, some new Thug shit. But as far as this new banger that
Now,
we got to bring to the world,
y'all definitely did something with this. Now, if it's the one that I believe that I got the sneak copy of, that's gonna be here in rotation on hype-radio.com, by the way.
absolutely.
Pay attention. Want to hear it? That's where you're gonna hear that. Matter of fact, we're gonna have it in a little background here. I need a little background music to go with this, so I'm gonna give y'all a little, I don't normally do this, but we'll give y'all a little something.
Man, we don't do this, but keep the party going.
Yeah, keep party going. So
God damn it, huh?
there it is. So
Thug World Order.
when I heard this and hearing y'all name, I was like, okay, this don't go. This don't go together. Y'all. We doing this power movement, but we street thugs. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna let them tell the story. Now, how is it y'all hit this, but we come with the name Street Thugs? Because a lot of cats don't understand thug life. They think it's really some bullshit.
Right.
But the cats who are educated want to find some shit out, they dig into it.
Dig into
So
it.
please help these millennials that are lazy as fuck. and don't wanna do nothing.
Millennials.
These
Dig
millennial
into it.
motherfuckers, can you give them a little bit of why is Street Thugs and why we doing music
Yes,
that's
yes.
moving and saying things like this?
We dig into it and understand it's a positive movement. First of all,
movement, right.
you know, thug ain't nothing bad. A thug is a positive thing. You know what I mean? That's just how society put the word out there and act like a thug is a hoodlum. He gonna come snatch your purse, do all this and that. But the world has seen many clips of and I ain't gonna. They think that, well, I ain't gonna say they think, but Tupac is the personified of a thug in the world eyes.
Right.
He put
Which is
that out
bullshit,
there.
but-
And it's how, yeah, right?
Right.
But it ain't.
In actuality, he was
But
a
it ain't.
positive man. But
Very positive.
no matter how, you know, they portrayed him
They
out there
tried.
to they tried to the world's eyes to make him look like this, you know, this demon, this unintelligent cat, this dude that start trouble, this and that. He wasn't none of that.
Nope.
I mean, and everybody that came across his path and understood and met him understood that. You know what I mean?
Cool
But
dude. I met Pac a couple times.
absolutely. So I know you know. So he expressed it through his music the way he knew how. I mean,
Yep.
he understood that what America's given to us, he gave it back.
Facts.
I mean, he live in the cards that they dealt to us. So what else are we gonna do? You know what I mean? But we tired of asking.
Right. And to answer your question, 25 years ago, we was trying to change the narrative. Pac was coming with a Thug Nation. I know you heard about
Thug
that.
Nation.
So that was he sat us up in the, go back to this conversation in the room, this meeting we had at the Luxor when we first signed the Death Row. He broke it down to everything. He was like, we're going to have a thug chapter on every west side in every state, and
Right.
it's finna be the new Black Panther Party.
Right.
I was getting chills when he was talking to us, but I was like, damn, this shit gonna be powerful as fuck.
Hey, especially coming from a powerful character.
And so we was trying to change the narrative, like for black people anyway. You say we gonna turn the negative to a positive, whatever it is.
Okay.
The word bad is good for us. Oh, that was
Right.
bad as hell. That was a badass car.
Yep.
That was sick as hell. That was, you know what I'm saying? We
Yep.
gonna turn- So that was his narrative when he was talking to us. Like, we gonna flip this thug. I gotta get to my people. So I'm finna be thugging. I'm finna make these songs. I'm finna make the whole ghetto across the nation hear me. Once they hear me, then I can come holler at them and say, let's get together, let's do this, let's do this.
Absolutely, man. It got to the people through songs. Just, Malcolm and them didn't do it through songs. They
Right.
didn't do speeches and marches and this and that shit didn't work. And he trying to do it through songs, and apparently that shit didn't work because we're still killing each other.
Facts.
And I don't understand how is it gonna stop? And when is it gonna stop?
I wish it
We
would
gonna have
hurry
to teach
up.
love.
I really wish you would hurry up because
And man, it's overdue. We gotta teach love. That's the only way. We gotta reverse it. The shit that they did to us, how they put us together against each other, we gotta reverse it. And
Right.
it ain't gonna take. It's not overnight.
no, it
So-
It
definitely
take
isn't.
overnight to do it. But somebody, we gotta wake them up.
So I was saying, so with that was 25 years ago. We was on our reunion come back after the EP or anniversary of the EP.
Okay.
So all these songs came about, and just the stars lined up for that song. So we sat down and talked about it. We was like, Pac had a movement. It's 25 years later. Revolutions come about this time. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, we just gonna put it out there and highlight everybody. It's a come together song. It's a come to Jesus moment right here.
Yeah, it's time,
It
man.
really is.
It's not 19 like what was it, 93 no more when we was doing our in the streets and doing all that other stuff, man. It's time to educate a little bit.
Okay.
And for that part, another part of it, when we was done, we was trying to. My thing was, let's hurry up and put it out. If Donald Trump win, because I seen all these Proud Boys talking about what they gonna do.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, we finna rally the troops. You know what I'm
Let's rally
saying?
the
Black
troops.
militia, the NFAAC, Black by the CWBA, the Q movement.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
So
he was giving
Donald
people a
Trump
hard
didn't
time.
win.
Yeah,
Like, he didn't win at the time, so we was like, okay, we're gonna mark it for Black History Month.
Okay.
So it became Black History. It's just to rally the troops, man. Like I say, all the
It's
stars
time,
lined
man.
up.
It's
And
time.
it's a great song. Like I said, it's going to be here on rotation.
Yes,
As
sir.
long as I can draw air in my lungs, it's going to be playing here.
Damn,
Sir.
man, I appreciate it.
So, is there a video to this?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We just finished that out too, man. Black Ties, and it's coming. We probably be
finished.
dropping that shit probably in the next couple of days, man.
Okay,
We're just
okay.
finishing the editing on it now.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
I got to get I'm on my sneak peak.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
hey,
And
man,
we're
we
going
sending-
to talk about it here.
we
We're going to
sending that
drop it
straight
here.
to Hype
So,
Radio,
that's
man.
That's what
Huh?
the respect is thick in here.
What?
I'm just saying.
Yay!
Okay, so we got this song
Thugs in the building.
off this new album. How many songs is on the album?
Oh shoot, man, we got the songs that we started doing.
It's a complete album.
Yeah, it's a complete album. Like I said a couple minutes ago, about a year and a half ago, when we started working back on this new project,
Okay.
we got songs that we have about 12 from back then, or 13 within a couple days. So we're gonna probably take a couple of those because they the ones that mean something to this movement.
Mhm.
And then myself and Sav, we got probably about 8 new ones that we did probably in the last, I'll say month, or a couple of weeks or whatnot, and drop them on them like that. And you know what, we're gonna give them to this first because this is necessary.
Right.
This
It really
is
is.
necessary right
Yeah.
now.
It really
You know
is.
what I mean? And then of course we're gonna follow it up with something that's even more necessary, and then tell them who we are and what
And
they've
that's
been
that
missing
Thug
for
World
25
Order,
years.
man. Pac was on the Thug Nation, but
2, baby.
we finna
2.
Turn it up. TWO.
Thug World Order. Second album, 2 of them. Thug World Order.
Now this might go over some cats' heads.
Nah,
But
we gonna get them too, man.
First of all, shout out to BTP Media
yes,
for,
sir.
for
Oh,
looking this
absolutely.
up. Like,
Jeff.
shout out to
J.
Jeff.
Cole.
Yeah.
that-
And all
that
the
is
cast at
Hefe.
JTBS.
That is
yeah.
Hefe to me. That man right there to pull miracles.
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
Appreciate him dearly, man. I promise I follow
Pound.
that.
He thick in the soil.
Pound,
Yeah.
has anybody ever told you that you sound like Paris?
Paris?
Yeah.
No, I heard Ice
Brother,
Cube.
when you were sitting here talking and you said Paris, I'm like, that's who the fuck you sound like.
No.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
It really?
That's my brother.
Man.
That's my brother from the
Boy,
Circle Free Soil.
Man, I used to listen to Paris all the time.
Hey,
Ooh,
P-Dog
I
never
wish
died.
I wish you would have said something wrong when we were playing a
Yeah,
Paris
no,
song.
no. I got nothing but love for Paris from that soil, man.
Paris was the dude.
From
you
that
got my
view.
name, man. I was P-Dog.
Oh,
I
he
was
never
P-Dog
died. He was
back
P-Dog
then.
back then, man. No. Yeah, nothing but love for Paris, man. Paris showed us love and did what he had to do.
Yeah,
and
Paris wanted us, man.
and
Yeah.
catapulted our career, you know, to the next step, to where it
Yeah.
had to get to.
So, this street thug shit, excuse me, this street thugs thing
Man, it's the shit.
is in the stars.
It's in the stars, man.
Because y'all
You
didn't
keep
been
God
around
first in
greats
everything
has
in life.
pushed you forward
Yeah, they
10
kept-
steps
kept
and
pushing.
kept pushing y'all
And that's the
down.
cold thing. That's why we never had a track record with albums. Everybody mess with us and be like, "Hold, stop that, stop
Yeah,
that.
hold on,
we
we
finna
gonna-
record new
I
shit."
will say that because it's a little difficult finding some shit on y'all.
Man,
yeah.
I was like, Jeff, bruh,
Yeah.
send me something
Hey.
because I can't find
Cause I
shit.
can't find shit. Hey, I'm telling you, when was it, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, man, I tried to search some shit. I was like, man, you know, I went on Google and searched our I think our EP, not to be, man, that shit was $700. I said, man, what the fuck? I said,
What?
The tape.
Because it was a
Tape
rare
was-
item.
I took a screenshot of that shit.
Yeah, 'cause it was a
Tape
rare-
$700, bro.
It was a rare item. I was
What
like, man,
the
come
hell?
on, sell. So 2 copies. I was like, man, hell no, just, you know.
Check this out. If
Shout
you
out to
sold a Street Thugs tape for $700,
$700 on Google.
I know Street Thugs that want their cut.
Feel
I'm just
me?
saying.
Right.
Yeah, somebody.
Hey, who got
man,
that?
You better,
got that?
you better keep that
got
on the
that?
real low because you ever slide through the bay.
You ever
Talking
slide
about-
through the bay, nigga,
Remember
better-
back in the day,
Nah,
the Street
it's all
Thugs?
about the
I
thing.
had that cassette and I sold it for $700.
Yeah,
Really?
man.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Yes, sir.
Hey, yo.
Yes, sir. Got him.
Hey, but no, it's love. So you know hey. But I was like, man, God, that's 700. But hey, what we did back then, and we bring it to the table today is I'm gonna say it's different, but it's different. You know what I mean? Of course, it's
We don't
different.
sound like
time.
nobody out.
We
No,
don't
you
sound
definitely
anybody
don't.
out. We definitely don't sound like ourselves of old, because back then, of course, we was in the soil.
Young and
In
dumb
the
and
soil,
doing like
young and dumb.
Going to
Talking about that
college.
shit. Talking
Yeah.
about that college shit.
Yeah, and thinking that was cool and the thing to do and this and that, and, you know, it was just a means of way and a way to survive. As it is for shit, 90% of young black Americans out here that don't understand yet.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Real
'Cause it's a
facts.
way. You know, it's a way other than the street.
Real
They,
facts.
you know, some brothers just choose to be that way and
But
choose
you
to be
know-
blinded. But no, man, it's time to wake them up.
Yeah. and we
Wake
gon-
'em up!
We're trying to start with the youth. That's the movement. We're going to make
That's
sure
where it
these
starts.
youth,
That's where it
like
starts.
far as the Black Panthers was having their breakfasts for
Mhm.
the communities
Mhm.
and whatnot.
That's where it
We're trying to
starts.
bring that back, and we're
Bring
going to
some
start
love.
with letting them, they're going to learn their laws early,
That's
at
what
an
Thug
early age. You know
World
what I'm
Order.
saying?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Thug
main
World
mission
Order, how
for
to
the
deal
Thug
with these
World Order.
police, man.
Get to the youth,
How to deal with these police.
and they're gonna learn their laws, and they learn how to communicate with them. We should have less deaths like that.
I mean,
you know what I'm
but-
saying? But
And most of us know how to deal with them, but what do you do when you know how to deal with them and you get shot down anyway? What do you do when you complying with the law and you
Yeah.
obeying what they say and then
Yeah.
they shoot you? What you do?
because 90% of the time we don't know our rights and
We
our
don't
laws.
know, but even,
Yeah.
like Crown said, even if we do,
Right.
What do you do? And they shoot you
because
anyway.
I hate being around them dudes talking about, man, fuck these cops. They pull me over, it's gonna be nothing but a problem in the
Right.
situation.
Oh,
First
right.
of all, nigga, no, it's
Right.
not. Not in my car.
Right, nigga. I mean, it's already.
When I get pulled over, I'll roll all the windows down.
Right, exactly.
I'm moving before he get out the car.
Yeah.
I got my paperwork here, and he hit the door. Good evening, officer. How are you today?
Right. I mean,
Because
you know,
you ain't shooting me. I ain't finna be a mistake. I got to get home.
and even if you do that, even
I
if
mean,
you do that, and
officer,
some of
their
them,
problem.
right.
That's
What
it.
is the problem?
I'm respectful, and you can call it whatever you want to, but like I said, I got to get home. I
Got
got to
to
be
get
at work
home.
in the morning, and I heard bullets really, really hurt.
Right.
And that's the same way they feel.
And
They
bottom
gotta
line,
get
man,
home,
we
so-
all want to go back to our family and kids.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, but so what do
Ain't
you
just
do?
y'all.
Yeah, you just gotta. It
That's why I say in the song, being a nice guy make you shoot.
really do.
So we gotta come zoo and do more than hit the city and loot. I mean,
Facts.
we complying and they still shooting us in the back.
Facts.
They shot my boy Mike Mack. I played baseball with this young joint. That's all he did was play baseball.
Mhm.
He got signed. Well, he got drafted by the Yankees. He got looked at by the Pittsburgh Pirates. All these, and, you know, came back home for political reasons because
Okay.
it's political shit on that level. Everybody know. And got gunned down by the Sacramento sheriffs running up the other ramp on the freeway, running away from him. 6 shots in the back because they said he threw a rock at their dog, or he hit their dog with a rock.
Damn dog.
Running away. They knew he didn't have a fire, no weapon. So I mean, so what do you do about that? How we take that?
Now, with that being said, and on top of what I can see as the most memorable person to fall in the cause, when George Floyd went home,
Man.
that ignited the whole planet.
Yeah.
They were
World.
walking over Europe and don't even
World,
notice
Man,
man.
protesting
World.
everywhere,
Bruh.
Why has that stopped?
and it still ain't stopped. Protesting. I mean, and he did it in front of the world. I mean, if you look at the footage, we got some of that in the video. We didn't want to show,
So
George
right.
Floyd and put his family through that, but the officer was had his knee down, looking at the kid like
Like
I'm
he was
doing
looking.
this in front of you. I don't care if y'all looking or not.
But my whole thing is,
Why has
when
the
that movement was
protest
going,
stopped?
yeah, or at least the it feels like, I joked about it a couple of shows back. Like, we had our marches and we was walking and we was with people and we was together, and all of a sudden McDonald's put up the McRib and we were like, ooh, the McRib is out.
Yeah. Or the Popeyes.
Yeah, or the
Hey,
Popeyes
nah.
chicken, or the
The
fish
sandwich.
sandwich
Nah,
now.
check it out, though.
Smack the shit out of y'all if I hear y'all fighting over a fucking fish sandwich. I swear to God.
I think the election overrode everything. You know what I'm saying? And we was anxious to get dude up out of there.
Oh,
I think
man.
that like
Now, what's
not
gonna-
masqueraded it, but we focused our attention on making
Now-
sure you get up out of there.
Now the world is kind of like joining our movement because it's been more emphasis on black entrepreneurs and small black businesses than I've ever seen before. But what is going to create that spark? Because this damn song that y'all got, if it don't light the fire,
Man,
it will definitely be one of the things that blow up because you're talking about things that need to be talked about. That need to be said that's not being talked about or said anymore
Music at all.
since that situation.
At all.
So what is it that the world needs besides another soldier falling?
right.
What is it going to take for you getting to be honest? What would you say to a young cat who is in the shit, in danger going to college, don't really have the support that we as men have today, because we all didn't have that support back in the day. We found it now. What do y'all say to a young cat like that, a young bull in the game?
I apologize for not leading the way for y'all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Excellent question.
All of us as OGs, we failed, man.
We got to do
We
better.
failed.
Yeah,
And
we got to do better.
Are,
I mean, that's
are
what we
there
doing now.
OGs now?
that's what I'm saying.
A few.
That's what I'm saying.
A few.
They not respected that like they
Right.
was like.
And the young cats ain't respecting.
Talk to some shit, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's love. We got to somehow. That's why I be thinking every day, like, how we got to reverse this shit. Somehow we got to teach love. I mean, it's like football, baseball, anything. Winning is taught.
Right.
I mean, you can't just go out there and get lucky. I mean, you can get lucky.
Mhm.
You can get lucky,
Yeah, it ain't
but
gonna be-
winning is taught.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can have all the all-star players, all this and that, and still lose
Right.
Facts.
because the chemistry ain't right and all this other stuff. But winning is taught. So
Absolutely.
if you have a good coach and you teaching that, then they gotta follow suit. But how do we teach it when
We're gonna start with
the
youth.
drugs is out? I mean, back when we started, we was talking about it was a lot of talk about selling drugs, this and that, yada yada. How we was making a living
Yes.
to really make a living and really support your kids. I mean, give a
It was
shout out to
balling
Biggie,
involved.
just like he said, trying to feed my kids. And, the teachers come. Now they talking about being on drugs, like taking mollies, taking this. I'm on Percocets, I'm on this and that, and the kid.
I'm the
We talk
highest one in the
We
plug.
talk about that all the time. How do we go from serving the knock
Right.
to doing
to
it.
being
Being
the
the
knock?
knock.
To
What
being
the
it.
fuck?
I mean, and masquerading and parading about it. I mean, and knowing that it's feeding these kids' brains, but it's selling. And I don't knock nobody hustle, but it's the music execs that understand.
I'm not gonna knock your music or your hustle or anything, but one of the main cats who came out about taking pills, Future.
Right.
That nigga has said in interviews, I don't take pills. I
Right.
never have.
Right.
And you niggas is out here taking these
But
pills
he's
because he
talking
said
about it. Selling his soul for the money. Because he wants the check. Hey, this is what the little youngsters is doing, and then I'm just going to feed them. And killing us.
yeah.
More and more. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Man, we need each other. I mean, at the bottom line is, at the end of the day, we're going to need each other. Because just like Sav said, the militia groups is out there. Some of us is woke. There's not enough of us that's woke.
Oh, we out there, man. They know it.
Yeah.
Now, I just seen some videos.
Because it ain't the same as it used to be. And
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
them Proud Boys don't think it's going to be that same this
Yeah,
go
It
around.
ain't
It
gonna
ain't
be
going to be that.
It ain't gonna be that easy.
It ain't gonna be no
that.
cakewalk.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I done seen video where this little militia and they had their little guns out and they was fully auto with the rolls and the drums and the whole
Right,
shit.
right.
And then they showed pictures of us. We had new Jordans and the big chains and we had the
That's what
European
it is.
whips and I'm like,
That's how they got us our
these
brains like
motherfuckers
that.
is
Man.
really like tripping if you think we ain't out here like y'all.
Right.
Slide through Frisco one time with that.
Slide
Slide
through
through
O.
Oakland.
Slide through, yeah.
Slide through the P,
They gonna
South
see
Side,
slide
the
through.
North.
Yeah.
Right.
Slide your
Yeah.
ass if you want to,
They
but
gonna-
that'd be the last slide you
Right.
do.
That'll be the
Right.
last
Now-
thought you do. I mean, shit, we gonna wake them up, but I mean, they don't. For 1 second, we can't think they ain't ready either.
Oh, definitely
Because
not.
I see
'Cause
them on the
them motherfuckers
internet.
got
I see
shit.
them on this. Yeah, they out there with drones. They with guns on the drones, practicing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just easy. How hard is it gonna be to hit a brother from if you standing right here and he's 4 blocks away?
2 miles away with a missile.
2 miles, yeah, not even, let alone a block or two, 4 miles away. When you know how to draw that drone. I don't know if we practicing like that
I
because
think
we on that.
practicing like that because
I
the
hope
power
so.
of the internet, everybody, it's a even playing field now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know
so
what
I
I'm
hope
saying?
somebody
So
doing
I
it.
hope they think they coming like that.
But it's really up to us to research.
Absolutely.
And I always heard, my elders told me like, what they used to tell them, the best way to hide information from a black man
In a book.
In the
is to
book.
put it in a book.
I knew you gonna say
But
it.
now here we are in an internet era.
Right.
There are no
Right.
books.
Right.
All right.
But motherfuckers is lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy.
If you can't ask Siri about it, they don't want to know
You know
about
what
it.
I'm talking
You know what I'm
about?
saying?
That's a damn
So you
shame.
still gotta do your research, man. I mean,
That's a damn
It's
shame.
crazy. But with Frisco, and you guys in the city creating this movement that is reflective to what the Panthers did, is there a way to connect both cities?
oh,
I'm
absolutely.
trying to connect everybody,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Because y'all talk about Hunters Point. I used to be up in 100 HP with
That's where it's gonna start.
with my brother Juice all the time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
Shout out to
100
Juice.
Point. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to the juice.
yeah, so I've always
It can
I
start
understand the
there.
politics,
Right.
but I also understand the power of it. Because the city itself is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Oakland,
A gentrified
powerhouse.
For
Powerhouse.
sure.
If
They culture. So
they connected,
that's our main.
there's nothing that can stop.
That was
Powerful.
our main objective when we
And-
started.
And my whole thing now is because I'm gonna put it in the stars right now. I'm not sure exactly when, but I personally believe Fab is gonna be the mayor of Oakland.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I personally believe
Yeah,
that.
Fab doing good stuff, man.
Fab,
Fab here.
Fab
He's
is
doing
on
big
his
things.
way.
Yes,
The dope
sir.
era,
Love
baby.
Fab to death.
The
Nah,
dope era,
salute.
baby. Hey,
Salute
could I get
Fab.
one of them hoodies or something?
I'm on my way down.
Huh? Could we get a couple of hoodies, Fab?
I'm on my way down,
You know what I'm talking about?
but it's like
Shit.
I understand the concept of we got to get ours, and I understand the politics where you stay on your side of the block, I'm gonna stay on my side of town. I get that, but at what point in time do we say enough's enough? If we come together like butt cheeks and start our own Black Wall Street again,
Yeah.
we would be. First of all, everybody on the planet wants to be us worse than we want to be us.
Man.
Everybody.
And we
On
don't
clothing,
understand that.
what we drive, what we drink, what we eat, what we
Talk.
talk like, what
Our
we look
dress
like.
Swag,
What
man.
you say?
It's
Take
just
a
a
look
swag.
in the mirror.
Take a look
'Cause
in the
everybody
mirror,
wanna
because
be it.
everybody want to be.
So I think it's just a matter of conversations like this and people paying attention. Pass the word.
Yes, sir.
Pass the word.
Yes,
Reach
sir.
out,
Teach
pull
one.
somebody.
Just wanna
Do what
reach
you got to
one.
do. Now, we done had our talk. We gonna uplift the people.
Absolutely.
On this new album, is there some party tracks?
Oh, it's
Because we
some
got to
party tracks,
celebrate
baby.
after we win.
Yes.
This is some party tracks on. Yeah, absolutely. We gonna pop the champagne bottle, man.
Okay,
You know what I'm talking about? We gonna pop the Cristal, whatever the hell they drinking up in that section.
Now, I'm gonna need some of them songs here. Now, I'm telling you,
Shit.
you in rotation.
Section,
I
baby.
need that. But every now and then I need my people to be able to say, oh shit, oh.
Yeah, and shake that
It's
ass.
just
you know.
going, like, I
Put your
need
bottles in
that.
the air hole section over there. Got the flies holes in this thing.
Yeah.
Turn up.
See, I'm gonna need
We
those.
gonna turn
That's
up,
it.
I'm
baby.
gonna need those.
That's it.
I'm gonna need the next
That band called Sections. Yeah.
What?
Sections.
So you put out a song called Sections
Yeah.
during the pandemic. So when we open up,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the theme song of the
That's gonna be the
That
thing song
section
of
over
my
there.
damn 221.
Ladies and
Goddamn
gentlemen.
section y'all asses on that Zoom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Street Thugs and put your motherfucking soundtrack together for when they finally open up the
Yeah.
club. Make
You know
sure
what I mean?
you
Y'all
check
gonna
it out.
have that party track
Go
to rock
download
to.
it, run them numbers up on that video, cause it's gonna be all of that.
Now,
Flies holes in this thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Now, before we got all on restriction and shit, was there any plans for y'all to hit the road again, or
Oh.
was there any shows that when you found us we on restriction? Like, wait a minute, you canceling this show, man?
We didn't have nothing lined up, but what we do have lined up, and I talked to Quan about it, and I'm gonna talk to him again.
Okay,
Uh,
F.A., pay attention.
F.A.
Absolutely. When this world open back up and this pandemic is done, I want to do the Underground Railroad tour. Just like you know how the West was won, how
Yeah.
Cube and them is doing that. I want to do the Underground Railroad tour. Artists like us, artists RBL,
Our draft class,
you
we
know,
got
Selsky,
RBL,
you got
the Loonies.
you know the Delinquents, you got
Yeah.
3 Times Crazies, you got 11-5,
11-5.
you got all these
Ooh.
cats, you know what I
Big
mean?
Mac.
That's, and do an underground,
Clothes.
the Underground Railroad tour.
Our
You know
draft,
what I mean?
all our
Shit goes
draft
to
class,
work.
baby.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that, and that's a Pound of Dope Productions, and hopefully my boy Jeff Quan will connect with this, you know what I'm saying here, you know what I'm saying, and we could make this shit happen and make this thing a goddamn annual event
Hefe.
worldwide.
Jeff for BTP Media, you better get on this and
Worldwide.
don't forget your boy, cause I'm,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
here for you, man.
Hey,
I'm
let's
here
make
for
this
you.
happen. World, it's gonna start in the Bay, and I want to branch out, you know, down to Southern Cal and so forth and so on, because it's in every city and state, Detroit to New York to Jersey to.
Everybody in that time, they had somebody
You
over
got
there.
some cats in
you know
them
what I'm
cities,
saying?
man, that did their
Yeah.
thing and didn't get that big break like Jay-Z. Didn't
Yeah.
get that big break, but got those hits and got those classics that they city absolutely know about
Yeah.
and want to celebrate.
Yeah,
You know
Jeff
what I mean?
just
So
said,
we're gonna bring it to the arenas and all that, you know, all the good little venues and Paramounts and all that good things around this coming to a hood near.
F.A. just sent a rest in peace
To
to
the turf,
Mano.
baby, to the turf.
Jeff just sent a rest in peace to Mano.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mano?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, shit.
okay.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest
Oh,
in peace,
man.
Mano. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, sorry
so
to hear about that.
Fever.
now, back in the day, when we was trying to stay out of college,
Yeah.
and we was having fun, and we didn't give a damn.
Man, life is good.
Did y'all do any tours then?
We didn't tour like around the world or through the Midwest.
Hell, did you just go through the hood?
We did our thing. We did our thing through the hood. Absolutely.
we hit the city.
We hit the city.
hoods.
We hit the Oakland. We hit the Berkeley. We hit all the little local things. You know what I mean? But back then, like I said, or like Sav said, shit 94, 95, we was busy. We was doing our thing. Snake Pit. We was getting our thing hot. You know, Amber's pushing the thing as the hardest he can do.
Okay.
But like you said, when we talked to Paris, you know, and we was, I don't know what tracks we were working on, but that time he was like, yeah, we gonna, you know, pause this right quick because we're working on this and that. So it was, I ain't gonna say everybody was stopping everything because they wasn't stopping nothing.
Right.
But it was just, you know, it was business moves that people was trying to set up. Back then, the game was totally different.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't no social media. Man, Lord have mercy, we had that back then.
Man,
Hey,
first of all, the
'cause we
guerrilla
was
marketing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord.
you!
Because we was wild.
I was the snipe king.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was nothing to get 3 of the homies in a van,
Yeah.
tinted windows,
Yeah.
Man,
stacked
shit.
of posters and
Yeah.
staple guns, jumping
Staple
on
guns.
all black with gloves on. Oh,
And put the bus benches out. I mean,
man,
goddamn.
bus
Bus
benches,
benches,
fences,
everything, yeah.
windows, and the,
Flies, chicken
oh,
houses.
you
yeah,
couldn't
I
tell-
mean, so
couldn't
we-
tell me shit. I was
Hey,
wild.
that was fun trips though.
Oh my God, like no
Man.
other.
Man.
Shit, we put it down on, you know, shit, a whole couple handful of shows locally from to Cal State Hayward to
Okay.
who did that up there? Breeze? I think Breeze did was sponsored
Cal
that or
State
yeah,
Hayward.
Cal State Hayward event. To
Back
Bertha
then,
with
we did a
Seagram.
show with Seagram.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the
MC8
headline.
was on. I think
Ooh.
MC8 was supposed to
MCA,
be
yeah.
there.
Sac, we did a couple things, but
We used to do
Time.
mostly shows, but I don't know if you know Point Blank.
oh yeah, Point Blank.
Point
That's
Blank,
another
rest
I
in
one.
peace,
remember.
Point Blank.
I remember Point Blank.
He was on
Yep.
all our shows.
Yeah.
Steady Mobbing.
Yeah, Steady Mobbing out of West Oak, Ghost
yeah,
Town, I believe. Was it Ghost Town,
yeah.
Farmtown? I think it was Ghost Town.
Ghost Town.
Yeah, I mean, so, and at that time, I mean, time flew, man. And by the time we looked up, 94 happened, 95 happened, we was with Hammer. You know, and then from Hammer doing his thing, you know, we was up there doing our thing, getting back to that story, and he was still with Warner Brothers, so he gave us the opportunity to
We signed with him.
go back into, we signed with Roll with it.
He let us go. Like, hey, y'all want to wait for me to finish my
Yeah, or,
obligation,
you know,
or y'all
could
want to go? I was
independent.
like, damn, that's love, bro. All right.
It really is.
So we went back independent, you know, to do our thing with Snake Pit. But he
Man.
called us. He
That's
called
why
us
he called us
months
back.
later.
Called us
You
back
know what I mean?
6 months later, like,
after
hey.
he filled out his obligation with Warner Brothers, and he was I guess he inked a deal with Suge, or however he got back with Suge, because they knew each other from
Mhm.
you know being in the game back
Right,
in the day.
right.
And he called us back and told us, you know, man, I'm fly out to LA and let y'all know it's real. You know what I mean? And we gonna come up here and do this thing. And like I said, I was in college at that time. So you know they went up there, you know, shit. I'm in there writing my stuff, you know, and you know that jailhouse talk, man. Everybody think you bullshitting. I didn't give a shit. I know what my niggas is at. You know what I mean?
You motherfuckers wait till I get up out of here.
It was only one nigga that did that.
Stay your ass over there.
You
Now
know
you
what I mean?
want to be over here being quiet into myself
Shit.
because time is ticking.
Time is ticking, and I'm from the city. One nigga had faith in me. He from Oakland. He was from Sopranos. Nigga named Box. Hey, man, I'm getting, man, fuck them niggas. LB, man, do your thing, man. I'm right. And I can't wait to get out. And when I got out, man, it was on. And then of course everybody knows the story. Shortly after that, not even a whole year, and then Tupac was gone. You know, and everything
but never
came to a
forgotten.
halt. So yeah, so we here today, and we bringing this shit back. We bringing
Yes,
this thug
yes,
shit
yes,
back.
yes.
Because these niggas, I mean,
Hey,
no
man,
nothing to hustle. I
For
dig the
real
music.
talk, y'all can Google that shit, whatever. Like we said, 88, 89. Wasn't nobody thugging, man. We pioneered that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
we're here to let them know.
I'm sitting here with pioneers again.
We're here to let them know.
Look,
Mic check.
y'all need to go ahead and pay attention to this because I'm bringing you the history,
Mic check.
I'm bringing you the present, and we move into the future. I'm like Shifu from Kung Fu Panda. I'm a motherfucker right about now.
Motherfucker, all authentic.
Gentlemen, I want to say thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
I want to say thank you for filling us in on that story.
Thank you, man.
Because nobody would have put the energy, the spark, and the feel to that story better than y'all.
Man, definitely appreciate you having us again, man.
We gonna do this because y'all got to come back. Y'all down the street.
Absolutely. We
Y'all
coming
down the
back.
street. Come
We
back.
coming back. We
'Cause
gonna drop the
I
video
need,
off.
I need sections.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need sections.
Section's coming to
when
you.
that video shoot.
Section's
Oh.
coming to you, baby. We dropped another one tonight. Check.
If I don't get called for the video shoot for sections,
Yeah, it's all good.
oh, gentlemen.
Hey, you gonna be pumped for that too.
Oh, what?
Oh,
You gonna
you
be
got-
pumped for
I'm
that.
gonna be on restriction? Oh my God.
Man, we gotta pay homage absolute now. No,
I-
man. We
I
got
have-
to have hype
I
radio
have
on that
n-
shit.
I have never had a drink in my life. And anybody who knows Shadow knows the real.
Huh?
I might drink when I get off restriction out of this
Huh?
motherfucker.
real.
You gonna pop
I'm
one,
gonna pop
baby.
something. Y'all
You
gonna
gonna
hear this
pop
shit.
something, nigga. We gonna celebrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Street Thug. Yo, gentlemen, give your social media so in
Thug
case they want some
music,
real
baby.
shit,
A pound
how they
of
get a
dope.
hold of y'all.
Yeah, tell them where to follow us at, Val. Street Thugs on that IG.
IG,
Street Thugs on that Facebook. Street
Street
Thugs
on that
Authentic.
YouTube. Street Thugs on all your major platforms.
Street Thugs Authentic on that
Ladies and
YouTube.
gentlemen,
And that's with the Z.
Yeah, it's not an S, it's a Z. I had to find that shit out.
With the Z.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Street Thugs. This damn math shit is Street Thugs with a Z.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Z.
this is Taking It Back Tuesdays here on hype-radio.com. I am your man, Shadow. It has been an honor and a pleasure
Hey.
to sit here with these two legends.
Yes,
I
sir.
keep bringing y'all the best of the motherfucking best. Shout out to BTP Media for actually helping me find the best to put on here.
That's right. Jake
Uh, check this out.
BDP.
Hype-radio, Northern Cal, Southern Cal,
Yes,
Vegas,
indeed.
Texas, Georgia, Ukraine, Cape Town, Africa, and Brazil.
Ha-ha.
We
Brazil,
moving this
baby.
shit.
Now.
So
Sucker
when
free
we get off,
California.
when we
Worldwide.
get off this restriction, oh, we all going to Brazil, gentlemen.
Hey.
It's what it is.
Well,
I got
yeah.
plans. Make sure y'all
What a
follow
ticket.
this shit. Make sure you listen to hype-radio.com because, like I said, staying in rotation.
Yes,
Matter of
indeed.
fact, that's how we going to leave y'all today with some greatness. So I'm going to holler at y'all. Street Thugs,
Shadow,
Hype-radio.
appreciate it.
I'm your man, Shadow.
Worldwide.
I'm going to be at y'all.
Mob music. Yeah. Hey.
Shadow
absolutely.
promo.
Follow that shit. Because we're bringing the real shit back to you.
Dear Mr. Police, fuck you too. Fuck freezing with my hands in the air. This ain't what we do. Being a nice guy make you shoot. So we gotta come through and do more than hit the city and loot. Posse up.
That's
Like my
so
niggas
hard right there.
Gunners at the door.
Y'all hear it?
Standing in the
Make sure you
hallway.
listen to the hype and follow that shit before we come here. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Upstairs, because